Let's see if we have anything offending us on the old CVOL movers and shakers list this week. Remember, you can run these reports for yourselves. Just type CME and CVOL, CVOL, into literally any browser that you're rocking. That will get you to the CVOL dashboard. Vol is popping pretty much across the board with a couple of notable exceptions. Let's kick it off in the metals because everyone's talking metals these days. 24.32 is where that CVOL for the metals is right now. Up nearly 2.6 points just today. That's a big move in the metals CVOL. And that is the high for the week, the low 1948. Almost a 5-point range in the metals CVOL. We don't see that too often. Below it, we have the commodities CVOL 34.15, up nearly a full point today as well. So getting a little bit spicier today. That is also the high for the week, the low 32.54. So again, 2 for 2 now on names pinning the needle to the upside today from a vol perspective. Below it, we have the treasury yield volatility, listeners. 83.25, up about 3/4 of a point today. That is pretty much the high for the week. And then the low 80.36. So again, 3 for 3 now, pinning the needle to the upside right now. Then we get to one of our few departures. We go out to the energy CVOL. Now you might be saying energy, that's interesting that energy would be coming to the dark side from a vol perspective. We're seeing some interesting price action in those products right now. But energy CVOL right now, 49.51, up about a quarter today. It's been up the last few days, but other than that, it was down the rest of the week. The low was 49.04, so we have kind of bounced off the low. But the high was 51.27, so we are definitely closer to the bottom of the weekly range than the high there, listeners. Then back to the treasuries we go. The treasury price volatility, not a huge range this week, which is to be expected when you're hanging out at about a 4.25 right now. That is pretty much the high for the week, the low 4.07. And then below it, we go out to FX land. Not a complex we usually talk about, but getting a little bit spicier this week from a vol perspective. 7.51 is where we're hanging out right now. Unched today, but that is the high level for the week. The low, about 6.75. So pretty much a 3/4 of a point move. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about FX and you're starting around 6.75, it's actually a pretty big move. And then bringing up the rare, one of the few that is pinning the needle to the dark side this week, it's the ag CVOL. 17.02 is where it's hanging out right now, off about a 1/3 of a point today. It's been getting shellacked all week with the exception of Monday. That is the low print for the week, the high 18.35. So again, ag vol and energy vol coming back down to earth. Everything else pretty much pinning the needle to the upside from a vol perspective this week, which is fascinating.